Yeah, fine. Let me share my screen. Are you people able to see my screen? Jump onto the topic. Fine. So we are learning. So in this session today, we will learn about the jQuery, not jQuery. So about the event handlers. So all the people so somewhat little bit confused about this event handler. So most of the things the basic concepts about the event handlers and all those things, how to handle the event. So in the previous session, so I have told you about the capture phase, bubbling phase. These are all the things I have told you. So it will be primarily when an event occurs. So first it has to capture that event and it will bubble the event to the parent. So these are the two events actually normally it will happen. So now we have in our JavaScript, we know that we need to use hello. My voice is audible, right? Yeah, fine. We know that in our plain JavaScript, somebody is actually I'm able to see some background voice. Somebody is talking. Please be on mute. Fine. Now in our JavaScript, in our plain JavaScript, we know that adding an event or attaching an event handler to a particular event is nothing but we can use using the event handler. So hello. Fine. So add event handler. So we can use this add event handler and the event type. So the event type and also the function, anonymous function, we can use it. So this is the normal plain JavaScript, we can do it. And if you want to remove this one, nothing but what I can do is instead of having a anonymous function, so we can call this event handler. There is nothing but a function. In order to remove the event, we can use remove event handler. And what is the type of handler I want, and the event type and the event handler. So the particular function which I want to remove. Why? Because we can have more than one event handlers. Not this one, event handler, event listener. Sorry. What is the type of event I want to remove, whether it may be a click event or anything, and the function which whatever the function I want to remove it. So this is the plain JavaScript, I can remove it. Now before continuing into this one, event handling and all those things, I want to explain you one concept that is nothing but an event delegation. What is the meaning of this event delegation? So normally in the interviews or something like that, they will be asking you, so what is the meaning of this event delegation? So delegation, the meaning itself, so when you try to search for the word delegation is nothing but so giving the task or work or anything to the other person. So that is the main thing. So anything, delegate your work to some other person, something like that. So giving a task or something like that to another person. So now instead of handling the event by that particular element, so we are trying to delegate that event. So that means we are assigning the task to another element. So that is the meaning. So why we need to assign it to another element instead of, for example, let's try to show you. I will try to show you an example. So now here, let's say that I am having an ULLI items. Okay, list of items. I am having a list of items like this. Okay. So list of items I am having, and this one is in a container. Okay, so this is the parent. This in this parent we are having some of the items. I am having some of the items here. So now here I am having some anchor links here like this. So items like this. Now what I want to do, so whenever the user clicks on any of this link item, okay, I want to raise an event, something like, okay, you have clicked on so and so element. So you have clicked on so and so element. So you need to raise it. So now, so what you will try to write for this one item, for this one thing. So normally how you will try to implement is, so you will try to write in a such a way that you will have the list of items and you will try to do something like document dot get elements by tag name, or otherwise get elements by tag name, anything, whatever the name. You will get the anchor link, you will try to get the anchor link, and you will loop over each anchor link. Okay, you will loop over the each anchor link. Sorry. So you will capture this all the anchor links, whatever the anchor links you are having, you will capture all the anchor links. And for each element you will loop over, and you will try to attach the event listener for each item. Okay. So you will try to attach the event listener for each item. Click event, and you will try to do the thing. So like this. So now what you are trying to do is, so here instead of so now how many events it will be raised? So you will be having 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are having 4 event handlers. So 4 types of event handlers. So anything. So when you are writing an event handler means they will be having 4 type of event handlers. Now the JavaScript engine is responsible to make in a queue that 4 event handlers. Now it needs to monitor the 4 event handlers. Now what it will try to do, so now whenever an event occurs in a browser, it will try to check all event handlers, that whether any event related to this one has happened or not. So like this it will try to do it. So now it will try to check each of the 4 of the things, it will try to check it. 4 of the things it will try to check it. Now this one, for example, if you are having so many events like this, so now 4 events does the same task only. That is nothing but anchor link attaching to an event, and you are trying to do and you are trying to accomplish this task. So 4 anchor links are something like identically same only, but you are attaching the event handlers each one by one for you to, in order to, it will be for easiness you are trying to do. But in the performance type of things, so they are attaching in 4 types of events, the same events, you are making it as 4 duplications, and you are trying to do it. Now the JavaScript, what it will have is, it will have in a queue that all the list of event handlers. Now whenever an event occurs in this browser, so it will try to check these all the event handlers. So now instead of keeping this, instead of assigning each one to this anchor element, why can't you do it to this parent element, so that inside this parent element only these all elements are there. Okay. So why can't this parent element handle these all the events? So now when you are clicking on this anchor link means indirectly you are clicking on this parent element only. Okay. So automatically you know that the event will be bubbling up. So like this it will go on to the parent. So when you get the parent, so now parent will have the event handler. Now it will check. Now we will be able to know that whatever the item is has been clicked here. So using that item, whatever has been clicked, so you can do the particular action. Now if you try to see, instead of having this one, now if you try to see, instead of having this for loop and anchor link, so now you will try to take get element by ID, something like this. So now get element by ID of that parent element. You will try to take the parent element, and now you will try to assign this parent element. So now you will try to parent element dot add event listener. So you will try to add only the add event listener. So whenever it has been clicked, so inside this one it's click only, right? So now you will add a function. Now what has happened? We have only, instead of having 4 events here, so we are having only 1 event. Now tomorrow if there is any loop of having 150 anchor links are there means, so you will be attaching 150 events for this one. But instead of having 150 events, you can have only single event. So that means you are transferring, you are delegating the event to its parent, to the parent or grandparent or great grandparent or grandparents or something, whatever the thing you want. So you can assign it to the parent to achieve this task, so that any one of the event in your child elements has been triggered means, So you do the appropriate logic to that one, so that now you have decreased some n number of events to the one event only. That is the thing I want to tell you. This is called as an event delegation. So this increases the performance. So this is nothing but an event handling. So event delegation. So this is called as an event delegation. Now we are delegating an event to this one in order to increase the performance. Now whereas we are getting n number of events, we will have only one event. How we can achieve this one, I will try to explain you in the jQuery. in JavaScript also you can do it the same thing. So how we can do it, add event listener like that, and using the event we can do it. Now let's come to the jQuery thing. So now we understood about the concept of event delegation. So what is the meaning of this event delegation? So by using this event delegation, how we can increase the performance and minimize the event handlers. Now let's try to see the jQuery way of handling the events. So now the jQuery way of handling events, so what it will have is primarily the event handling, the event listener handling will be done very easily in jQuery. It handles in a very easy way. So we have the two primary methods, two primary functions or methods, whatever it may be, and also delegate methods also for also delegating the events also, and also for adding multiple events and all those things. We use the on function. Okay, on function is used to attach the events and also delegate the events. For also delegating the events also use on, and also for adding the multiple events also it will be useful. Now we have another method that is nothing but one. So what it will try to do is it will try to handle the event only once. Okay, only once. So for example, let's try to say that you have a button. So when you click on that button, for the first time only it needs to work. So later on, if I want to click on that button, it should not work. So the event should not work. That means the event should be removed. So then what you can use is you can use the one function. Now in order to remove the event handler, so that means nothing but remove event listener. So we use the off. So these are the only things which we use this one in the jQuery. I will try to show you the implementation of this one. Let's say here we are having an li of a items. Now you will be able to see it here. Now if I try to show you in the so here I'm able to show you. So this is our list items. These are all our list items. Hello 1, hello 2, hello 3, and hello 4, hello 5 we are having. Now let's say that whenever I click on this hello 1, let's go to the console. So whenever I click on this hello 1, okay, so what it needs to happen is here when I click on this hello 1, so it needs to, instead of refreshing this one, it needs to, what I need to do, it needs to print something like the text of this one, whatever the text I have clicked here. So the text I need to print it. So here if I click on hello 2, here it needs to console hello 2 has been clicked. Hello 3 means hello 3 has been clicked. So now I want to do this one. I will try to show you the both the ways, event delegation and also this one. Now what I am trying to do, so first what I want to try to do is, we can remove these all the things. So we are working on this one. So ES6 syntax, if you want, you can use it like this. Okay. But now in this one, what I want to do is, so first we need to catch the element. So we need to catch the element. What is the element I want to fire it? So here, this is the anchor element. So whenever the user clicks on this anchor element, I need to find this text and I need to console it. That is the thing. So first what I can do here, first I need to catch the elements, something like LIA. So inside the LIA items, I am trying to catch it. So dot on. So when the user has clicked on this one, I need to trigger a function. Okay, trigger a function means if you want, you can add something like event handler. You can have this event handler, and you can create an let event handler is equal to function like this, and here you will be getting an event. So ES6 syntax thing you will be writing like this. Now here I can write something like console.log. Let's try to print the event. Okay, now if I try to see this one, so now if I try to see this one, now here the code is there. Okay, Now if I try to see this one, if I click on this hello one, now if I try to see here, the event is printing. Okay, you will be able to see some console is going on, but immediately the page is refreshing. So why it is refreshing is, if you try to see here, the anchor link, this is the anchor link. The default behavior of this anchor element, so anchor element means the HTML anchor element is nothing but whenever the user clicks on this one, whatever the href, for example, let's say that here we are having http://google.com. So this is the URL I'm having. Now if you try to refresh, now if hello one, so whenever the user clicks on this hello one, the main primary function of this one is to move to the page, to navigate to the page google.com. So this is the primary functionality of this one. Whatever the functionality that we have written is different things, so that is a secondary, but the primary function is to, whenever the user clicks on this one, I need to move to the google.com. That is the primary function. But the secondary function is whenever the user clicks on this one, okay, so you need to push, so JavaScript tells that you need to fire an event here. So now the two functionalities are there for this anchor link, that the primary function is I need to move to the google.com, and the secondary in the JavaScript is telling that whenever the user clicks on this anchor link, which is present in the li element, yeah, it is present inside the li element, you need to console some event. So it is consoling the event and also it is moving to the google.com. But now what I want is, I don't want this behavior, this default behavior. This one is called as a default behavior or primary behavior, whatever thing. So this is the default behavior of this anchor link, that whenever the user clicks on this hello world, I will move to the google.com. So this is my default behavior. So this is the default behavior for me. So now what I want is, I don't want to do this default behavior. I want to do the task which was mentioned by me. So I want to do this task only. Don't perform your what I can say default behavior and do the tasks and all those things mentioned by me. So if you want to do that, means first you need to mention here event.prevent default. So I am preventing your default action. So I am preventing your default action. Now you do the console.log event. Now it will execute one by one. Now if you try to see the output, I try to refresh it. Now if I click on hello one, has happened. Saved it or no? Okay, I didn't save it. So now what will happen? Let's try to see it. So here if I click on hello one, now this time see, it has a google.com, it is not refreshing, and also it is trying to console the events. So here it is trying to console the events, and here you will be having an we already know that event.target. So you will be having these all the things. Okay, so if you want to get event.target, you will be having something like inner HTML, like this we'll be having, right? Event.target where is it? I, right? A B C F G H I, where it is, it one? Yeah, inner HTML, inner text, then you can find this one. So for example, let's try to say that event.target inner text or inner HTML, whatever it is. So if it has an HTML, means it will print all the HTML. So if I click on this one, hello one, so we are able to get that data. Now in jQuery, instead of getting this one, so we can also know that this is a function and this one is function. So now whatever the thing you are having here, the left hand side, you are having this element. So now this element means the current context is this. So you can tell that this, so console.log of this means nothing but, so this, okay, so this means nothing but whatever this element he has printed. So this element, okay, so now, okay, I'm using this arrow functions. Because of this arrow functions, we are able to get this one. So now what I can do is here $of, so we are using now I will try to show you. So here we are using the arrow functions. I have shown you that it will go to this will go to the window element. I will try to show you $of. We can also use this $of this dot value. I will try to tell you. Now it will not print the output. Let's try to see. So now it is telling that cannot convert to lowercase and all those things it's saying. Why? Because we are using the arrow functions. Now for example, if I convert it into function, okay, if I convert it into function, now let's try to see it. Not a val. So this one is not an input element, right? So dot text. So now if I click on this one, so now I am able to get the same thing. Now here what I am trying to use it, I am using the function. Now this function when we are trying to use this what I can say normal syntax function thing, now this will become li of a. Now here if I try to print this, control.log of this. This means nothing but the pressed element, the element. So this means anchor link. So whatever the element I have printed, I am clicking. So we are able to get as this element. So that is nothing but the left hand side. Whatever the say in the left hand side, you are able to get it. When you are trying to use this function, when you try to see arrow, use the arrow function means this will become a window. So we have already seen in our ES6 syntax. Now this means nothing but we are able to get an element. I have already told you that in the dollar we can also use this like this. We can also use this. I have told you. Okay, so I can also use like this. And now this dollar. So if you try to arrange this one in an element, so now here this element is wrapped with an jQuery method, so that whatever the jQuery methods you are having, you can apply to this element. The same thing I am trying to do it here. So now I got the, this means nothing but an anchor element. I am trying to wrap this one inside the jQuery. So I am trying to send this element to the jQuery function. Now it will return all the jQuery methods. Now in the jQuery method, I have a text method. Okay, text method. Text method will give you the text content, whatever it is present. So now here, if I try to do this one, the same thing happens here. Okay, the same thing happens. So whatever the thing I have clicked here, the same thing happens. So this is the thing you need to understand. So normally what we'll try to do is this type of things, small things. We'll try to do the function here and we'll try to open it. And here you will have an event, but you will not target the event. Why? Because so here this represents this particular clicked event. So we'll try to do console.log dollar of this dot text. Okay. So now you will get the same thing. So in either way, whichever you want, you can use it. So now you will get the same output. So now we need to use this event.prevent default. I have forgot to use this one. So here you can use event.prevent default. Okay. Now this is how we will be handling the click event in a jQuery. Now I will show you one of the things. So one of the drawback. Now what is the thing it is targeting here? Here you are taking li of a. So if I try to take this li of a, okay, so this is an array of items. Now you are trying to bind the event, click event to this anchor link 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you are trying to bind this one to the 5 events. Now you are having 5 event handlers. I already told you, right? So tomorrow if they are having 20 events means now li-a means, so this one will apply to the 20 event handlers. Now you are having 20 event handlers which does the same thing, pretty same thing only. So now we, instead of having this one, we can delegate the event. We can delegate the event means we can hand over the functionality to its parent. Let's try to see it. What is the parent of this one? So for anchor link, the parent is li. Okay. So if I try to attach this one to the li, so is there any performance increase? It is there. So there will be no increase. Why? Because how many anchor items are there? So those many li items are also there. So now if I try to use, instead of using this li item, if I try to use this li, now the same thing happens. So now it will try to apply to this li items, each li items. It will try to apply to this each li items. Then that is nothing is there. Nothing useful is there. So again, we are having the n number of events only. So how many anchor items are there? Those many li items are also there. So we cannot do it. Now what I want to do here, I can use this ul element. Okay, so this great grandparent. So this is the parent and this is the grandparent. Okay, so whatever they may be the names. So now this I can use this one to the ul. So instead of li, I can use in ul. Okay. Now what it makes sense. So now if you try to see here, how many ul items are there? So there is only one ul item. So now what is the thing you are trying to do? Dollar of ul means you are trying to attach only one event handler. So if you try to see here, you are having only one list item. So now you are attaching only one event handler. Now if you try to see, so I have attached this ul item. Okay. Now let's try to see this one. So here what is the thing it is trying to print? Instead of having hello 1, hello 2, hello 1, so we are getting all the list of items. So now what I want to do is, so we should not target it like this. Now we have prevented it default. Fine. Now first I want to find my target is I want to find the anchor element. Okay. I want to find the anchor element. Console.log. Sorry, not console.log. You know that dollar of this. So if you try to, I will try to show you one by one. First one is this. So what is the this here? this is nothing but the UL element. If I try to console this, so this is nothing but a UL element. Why? Because the left hand side that is having a UL element. Fine. Now I will wrap it to a dollar so that I can make use of jQuery methods. So now you will get a jQuery function. The return value will be a jQuery function. Now if you try to see the output, what is the output? So now I saved it or not? I didn't save it. Fine. So now if I click here, so now you are getting a function. This is a jQuery function. Now what I can do here, I got this dollar this function. This function is nothing but UL element. Now inside this UL element, I want to find the A element. Okay. I want to find that A element. So now if I try to do this find of A, now if we try to see, so this one will also will come the problem. Just I will try to show you how we can find it. Okay. Now if you try to see, you will get all the anchor elements here. If you try to see here, we are getting all the anchor elements. So this is also not correct the scenario. Why? Because I have clicked on only hello one, but I am getting all the items here. So what I can do here is, instead of using this $this, now you can print here console.log event.target. So event.target, what it will try to do is, it will try to give the exact HTML. So whatever the HTML you have clicked on. So this is the exact HTML what the user has clicked on. So this is the thing what user has clicked on. Now you got the HTML thing. Instead of using this $this, now this time you need to use dollar of this one. Okay, so this is the thing. When you need to use the this and when you need to use the $.event target, you need to understand. So now I can use $.event target. So target means nothing but target, you are getting the clicked item. So clicked item is nothing but particular anchor link. Now what I can do here, I can console this one and I can use the text thing here. So this is the thing. Now if you try to see the output, so the same thing I have did it. Now I am able to get the same output. So what is the logic I have did here? Now I have attached only one event handler to the EL. Now I am doing the event.prevent default, nothing. So same thing. And now what I am trying to do, console.log, and I am trying to get the exact target what the user has clicked on, and I am getting the element. I am wrapping in the dollar function and I am trying to get the value. So now attaching one event handler, so we have accomplished these all the tasks. So we are successfully made it. So now this is how we will be trying to do. Now I will try to show you this scenario. So comment over this one. Okay. I will try to show you another scenario, not another scenario. I'll tell you one by one scenario. So now this is the previous thing, right? So you are attaching each one by one event handler. Now you are able to do, so this time you can use it $this. So how can we use this? For example, if you are using UL, and how can you use this $this means, I will try to tell you that one also. But here you need to understand it. So console.log of $this dot text you have used it. So now if I try to click on this element, so we are able to get the output. So every output we are able to get it. That is not a problem. But here what I want to tell you is, now here in this one, we are having one anchor link. Okay, so here we are having one anchor link. So this class anchor link, what I will try to do here, so whenever the user clicks on this anchor link, okay, whenever the user clicks on this anchor link, what I will try to do is for this UL, okay, for this UL, so the UL present, the UL means nothing but here, the UL present here. For this one, what I will try to do, dot append, I will append the li, okay, anchor link href is equal to like this, and something like hello 234. So dynamically I am adding the element. Okay, dynamically I am adding the element. Now what I will it will try to do here, if I try to refresh this page, now I am clicking on this ds. Now it is dynamically adding the element. So it is refreshing. Why it is refreshing means, so we need to use the event.prevent default, as this one is an anchor link element. So event.prevent default. Now what I am trying to do here, so let's try to see the output. So I am clicking on this hello 1, hello 2, hello 3, hello 4, hello 5. Everything is working fine. Now what I am trying to do, this all complete DOM is loaded. Now I am in the middle. In the middle, I am dynamically injecting another li item. So here if you try to see, So here I am dynamically injecting another li item. So this li item, so previously the DOM used to have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements only. Now sixth element has been added, something like as a dynamically through the JavaScript. Now when I try to click on hello1, hello2, hello3, so everything is event is firing. So every event is firing. Now I will try to click on hello2323. Now see what it is happening. So these all are working. I added dynamically to this li item. Now I clicked on this one. So what it is happening? So the page entire thing is refreshing. So why it is happening is here is, so whenever you first refresh this page, so the DOM will automatically read this all the HTML things. So now it has found only the LI items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now 5 LI items are there. Now you are telling that the JavaScript, then the JavaScript execution. Now you are telling that all the LI items present in the DOM, okay, present in the DOM, attach the event listener of click event and do this functionality you are saying. At the time when the DOM is loaded, we have only 5 elements, okay. So for all these events, event handler has been attached. Now after the JavaScript everything execution and everything is ready, DOM is ready, everything is ready. Now the JavaScript is waiting for the events. Now I clicked on this one. So what I am trying to do here it is appending means nothing but it is attaching another new li item to into the DOM. Now this one is the new li item that has been added, but this doesn't have the click event handler. For these 5 events, for these 5 elements only, the click event handler has been attached. Now again this code will not run. So again find all the li items and do the click and attach this click event. So this one will not run again. So this one will run only one time only. Now when you click on this item, so there is no event handler attached to this one. Now it's gone. So that is the reason it is happening. To overcome this one, so what I can do is, instead of, so this is the thing. So now what I will try to do here, I will try to comment on this one. So because of this scenario, so this because of this disadvantage, so you can delegate the event to the parent, okay. So you are delegating to the event to the parent. Now you are, what is the logic you want to say? Now you are delegating event to the UL element. So now whenever the user clicks on this UL element, now it will try to find the, so at that time it will try to find the event.target, what it has been targeted. So it will get that AI item and it will try to print the text thing. So now if you try to see the output, same output. So now I am clicking on this one, everything is working fine. I have attached this one. Now I will try to do the hello1, hello2, hello3, everything is working. Now I clicked on this one, see. Now this time also, this one also click. How many dynamic items you added here? So these all will work without any problem. Okay. So for dynamically injected items also, your click event is able to handle. Whereas if you try to use this li-a, the same thing you are using, but you are delegating the event to this UL thing. But same thing you are trying to use it. But you are trying to assign it to the grandparent so that the parent will handle. Now you are indirectly clicking on that parent. The parent will now at the time, it will check that what is that item it has been pressed. So now in that way, at that time, this element will be present when we click on that UL element. But when you click on this li-a means already this event listener, all these things has been added. Now when you try to add dynamically another UL element means these things will not work. Okay. So this is the thing I want to explain you about the event delegation. Now handling of this event delegation also we can do it very easily. Now here we are trying to use event.target. These are all the things we are trying to use it, right? So how we can do it is, that's another scenario is, so now here, instead of using this one, we can also use another simple scenario that is nothing but $of UL. So for the UL dot on off click, okay, first parameter is click, and I am telling that you need to check inside the UL the li-a items, and I will try to do the function. Okay. So now let's try to do the event. Okay, you will get the event. Now we'll try to see the console.log of event. No, sorry, not console.log, event.prevent default. And we'll say try to see this element. Okay. This. Now previously here this is what is that one? UL element, the left hand side. But here we are delegating the event. So the parent is UL. Inside the UL, when the user clicks on this li-a item, so click on this one we are trying to say. So now let's try to see the same thing. Now when you click on this one, see that this has become anchor link this time. Previously this has become UL element, this has become anchor link. Now you can use this one instead of using this event.target and all those things. and here you can use the same thing. So we can also handle the event delegation very easy way. Now if I click on this one, see, I am able to get the same output. Whatever the thing you have written, this is the common thing which you will be writing, all the people will be writing. LA-8 and dollar of this of this text. So when you try to delegate these events, you people will be getting confused. Why? Because to which parent element I need to delegate and how to catch that particular target element, these are all the things you will be having confusion. So in order to avoid those all the confusions, you are saying that the parent element, inside that parent element, I am targeting this li-a item and event, and you can take this dollar this. Now it will give you the dollar this thing. Now here, so will this type of representation handles the delegate what I can say dynamically created elements handlers are also it will handle or not, let's try to see it. Now here we are having these all things, it is handling. Now I am clicked on dynamic element. Now I clicked on this one. So now successfully it is able to handle the dynamically created elements also. So here we are able to do it. We are able to do this one like this. So now jQuery with a simple lines of code. So with 3 lines of code, we can do it very easily. Whereas in the JavaScript, if you want to do it means, so you need to create an element, this one. So now you need to attach the event listener. For example, if you want to create an event listener for this one, first you need to create, I will try to tell you orally. So first you need to create document.create, okay, document.create element. So you need to create an element of li, okay, and here you need to element dot add event listener. So for dynamically created element, again you need to add event listener, click, and you need to send the function. So already you will have the same thing. Element dot event listener means at the top already you will have the same thing, something like document dot get element by tag name or something like this of li. So dot add event listener of click item. So you will have an event handler. So you will have already the method, okay, or otherwise you will have a function something like this. So now the same functionality. So here the functionality is not there, right? So you need to write the same functionality here also. So if you are having in order not to duplicate it, you will create a new function like event handler, which we have created previously, and you will pass the same thing here, and you will append this element so to the particular element. So to dot append, so element dot append, so you will append it to some other thing, or otherwise you can use this insert before, something like insert before. So here you will be having this main UL element and you can attach it. So something like I will try to show here only, where element is equal to document document dot create element of li, okay, and now you need to write element. So I am creating only one thing only. I am not creating another a item. So here inner text is equal to something like this. I will try to write it, and here what you will try to do. So first you will need to get document dot query selector of ul. First you need to catch the ul dot insert before, or otherwise insert before or something like this, whatever thing you want. Insert before. So what is the element you want to insert? The element common null or something like this you can give. Now automatically here see ds has been inserted here. So this is so much of logic you need to write in order to insert. So I have inserted only the li item. So you can also insert, you can create again, you can create and you can append it to the element. So again you can create an anchor element and you can append it to this one and do like this, and you can attach the entire thing. So like this, so much of things we need to write the code. So here we need to create, and now for this item, so whatever the item you have added here, for this item you will not have the event listener. Now you need to add again for the element dot event listener, click, and you need to add the listener like this. So you need to do it like this instead of doing this all the things, okay. So directly the HTML, whatever the HTML you have created, you have directly created here, and this one will take care of binding that event listener automatically. Everything will be taken care by the jQuery. So this is how normally the event handlers will happen. Now let's say we have seen this one on off click off li items. I will try to show you this one only. You can also add multiple event handlers also. For example, you can also add double click. So double click with a space. So key up. We can also use multiple event listeners also to this one using the space thing. So this is one specialty we can use it. Now we have used this one. Let's say that you want to pass some what I can say, some data, some static data to this one. Some static data to this one, if you want to pass it, means you can also pass something like data like this also you can pass it. Okay, if I try to see the output, I am passing some object, some static data, so some object I am trying to pass it. Let's try to see the event, console.log of event. I didn't remember exactly, so whether it will work or not. So if you want to pass some custom data to the event, so now when I click on this one, here we need to, some syntax will be there, I didn't remember. Here I need to place it, I think. Try to see whether it will work or not. Yeah. Now if I try to see, if I click on this one, so we are able to get an event, and here you will be able to see some custom data that has been passed. So this custom data, you can use it here inside this one. So that means when you want to pass some custom data to this event handler, you can also pass it as a third parameter, not the second parameter. You can pass it as a third parameter like this. Now you can use that one as an object. You can use it like this, data. So you will be inside the data. I'm using the data, something like this. You can use it. If you want to pass the string also, you can pass it. String also you can pass it. I think in the data it will be there. I think, I don't remember. Yeah, here in the data you'll be able to see the string thing. So like this you can also pass the custom data. So this is one of the thing. So we have seen some of the concepts, right? Now let's try to convert this one to the one. Okay, we have seen about the one thing. So one thing means it will trigger only once and it will not do the thing. So now for example, if I try to click on this hello one, so first time it has been fired. Next time I will try to click on this hello one again. So this time it will not fire. Okay, so this one will go away. So this one means if you want to handle only one time, only one time it will handle. If I click here, so it will go away. So this one is used the same syntax. The one also has the same syntax. How you will use it for this on, you can use the same syntax for this one also. But if you want to change, only one letter will be changing, on and one. So that is the only thing. One means nothing but it will add the event listener. After successfully, it will remove the event listener. So normally in the JavaScript, how we will try to do is, for example, so we got an element. Let's say that add event listener. You will try to do the add event listener in the same scenario. How we can implement it? So dot click you will be having, and you will have an event handler method function. Okay. So you have somewhere in the event handler function event handler, you will have a event handler function, and in this function what you will try to do, so again you will try to remove for this one element dot remove event listener. Why? Because we need to event listener, right? So we need to remove this one. So what is the event listener I want to remove? Click, and what is the type I want to remove? Handler. And you can do the logic. So you can do the logic. So this logic is nothing but this one thing will do everything for you. Now here, whatever for the first time it will try to click on event listener, it will try to click it, and event listener will fire, and it will try to remove this event listener. Next time when you click also, this one will not work, and you can do the logic. So that means the logic will be executed only one time only. So this one is nothing but in JavaScript application, this thing. Now you may be having a doubt that I clicked on this hello one. Fine. So one time I have clicked on this hello one. So finished. When I try to click on this hello one, it will refresh. So fine. Now as we are having only one element for this one, okay, only one element for this one. Now if I click on this hello one, so now if I click on this hello 2, will it work or will it refresh? So it will not do like that. So hello 2 also it will work. Hello 2 also it will work the same thing only. Going away. So we need to so okay, we are delegating this event. So if you use the li-a one click means, so we are using on this UL item, right? So if I use li-a like this, if we try to use it means, then it will attach for this only one event handler only once, like that it will try to handle it. We are using like this. Now this one will have the same functionality. Now one time I have clicked it. Right, on off click, and if I try to show you same thing, so now we are able to get it. Now if I click on hello 2, so I am able to get it. So only one time only I have clicked it. So here So like this, if you try to use it, that one it will try to do only one time. So now only one time for each element it will try to fire it. Now third has clicked already, first 2 has clicked already, finished. One time it has been clicked. Now if I click on 2, it will refresh. So this is how it will happen. So the delegation thing is also one of the main important thing for increasing the performance of those things. And another thing is an off. So you already know about the off. Off means nothing but remove event listener. So this one is nothing but a remove event listener. The same thing. So how you can use it if you want to remove the event listener. Okay, so only most of the time in jQuery you will use this type of implement. So now if you want to remove this one means, so you can directly remove .ul of .off of off of click. And if you are having a particular method means, you can also pass to this one so that only that particular handler will be removed. If you try to use this off of click means everything will be removed. Now if I try to see it, so now it will not work. So if every time it will refresh. Why? Because I have attached the event handler and I have removed the event handler immediately. Off is nothing but the remove event listener. So when you want to remove event listener, you can use this one. So particular event handler, if you want to remove means, you can use the event handler. Off of click means it will remove all the click events. For example, if you are having another click handler here, another one you are having, so you have another logic means these all the things, these 2 events will be removed. If particular item should be removed means, you can pass this handler function so that particular event handler will be removed. Now it can also based on the event, so you can also pass the event so that based on the event it will try to recognize which event I want to remove it. So based on the event also it can remove that click handler. And if you want to do this off, if you don't pass anything means, every event handler, all the event handlers, everything present in the browser will be removed automatically. Everything will be removed. So this is the power of this off. We should not use this off directly. Why? Because all the event handlers will be removed in the project. So this is the about these all the on events and all those things. Now what I will try to tell you is, so another important thing what I want to tell. So how to do these all the things. So now you understood about these all one on click, the different ways of combination of using this on and click, the dynamically injecting elements, how to append this add event listener, these all the things, how to dynamically append, these all the things now we have understood. So just what I want to do is, just I want to overview different types of events that are present in the browser. So why? Because you people will be getting confused. So first one we can classify one by one. I will try to tell you orally. First is the mouse events. Okay, let's try to see what are the different types of mouse events we are having. Okay, we have first one is the click event. Click event means so when the user clicks on the mouse, left click on the mouse. So when user clicks, this one will fire. So we have a double click. Okay, so we have a double click. So this double click means, so when the user clicks and wait for some time means click event will fire, and when user immediately clicks means the double click will fire. So that is the thing. And we have a context menu. This is another event, context menu. Context menu means when the user right clicks. So when the user right clicks, so you will get this context menu. And another one is a mouse down. Mouse down means nothing but when the user presses the mouse. Presses the mouse means that click event. So when he clicks, so when he presses inside this one. And mouse up means when he up the mouse. Okay, up the mouse means when he releases the mouse. So now when the user wants to click, this one, when the user wants to click a button, so what it will try to fire? First mouse down will fire. Why? Because for clicking we need to press the mouse. So that means mouse down will fire first. Okay, so you can demonstrate, you can demonstrate this one. Then after releasing the button, mouse up will fire, and then immediately followed by click will fire. So if you want, you can also check it, this one. So you can take it as an assignment and you can check it. So for a button, try to add mouse down, mouse up and mouse click. When you try to click on that one, so you can see that mouse down followed by mouse up and click. So 3 things will fire. So this is the one thing when you need to understand. For right click also, so when you are trying to do the right click also, the same thing happens. First mouse down, mouse up, and the right click will fire. Context menu will fire. So this is the thing. So these are the different types of clicking things. So you can demonstrate this one. So you just I am telling you the minute difference. So most people may not be aware of this one. When you click an item, what are the events that will fire? So mouse down will fire, immediately mouse up will fire, immediately click will fire. So that means mouse down, when you click on this mouse, so until you releases, this mouse down fires and waits for until the mouse is released. When the mouse is released, where immediately mouse up will fire, followed by the click thing. So that is the thing I want to explain you. Next one we have is the mouse cursor. Okay, mouse cursor events. So that means mouse enter, mouse leave. So we'll have something like mouse move, mouse over. So these are the different types of events we'll be having. Mouse out, and we have one thing like hover. Okay, so now mouse enter. So what is the meaning of this mouse enter? So whenever a mouse enters inside a parent, for example, let's say that we have a div element. Okay, we have a button. This one. Now when a mouse, so I am entering, so this cursor is entering into the mouse. Now immediately the mouse enter will fire. When I am coming out of this mouse, so that means out of this parent, then mouse out will fire. So that is the thing I want to explain you here. So mouse enter will fire whenever you enter into that particular element, UL element or LI element, A element, anything, whichever the thing you have binded the event, mouse enter will fire whenever you enter. Mouse leave will fire whenever you come out of this one. And here you will be able to see mouse move. So whenever you are moving the mouse inside the parent, this one means mouse move will fire. So this mouse over and mouse out is little bit of different. What it will happen is, so mouse over will fire. So it's the same thing like mouse center and mouse leave only, mouse over and mouse out. But the difference is, for example, let's say that I am having a parent, this one, and here I am having a child element. Okay, so this one is a parent and this one is a child element. Okay, now I have written a bind event for this one, mouse enter. Okay, mouse enter. So these are the four different, mouse leave. Okay, mouse leave. So try to understand, mouse enter and mouse leave. I have binded this one. For this parent only I have binded again mouse move, sorry, mouse over, mouse out. Okay, so these are the four events I have binded to this parent element. Let's say LI element or anything. Now when I enter into this one, mouse enter will fire and mouse over also will fire when I enter into this one. So when I enter into the parent, mouse enter will fire and mouse leave will fire. Now when I go into this one, okay, when I go into this child, so again this mouse over will fire again. Mouse enter will not fire. Why? Because it is already inside the parent. Now when I come outside of this one, mouse out will fire. Why? Because it is coming out of this child. I think something like so I am getting I'm confusing you. So we'll try to do the demonstration. When I come inside the parent to the child, mouse out will fire. Why? Because I am going out of this parent to the child. So here mouse enter, it is already there. So mouse out will fire. When I come inside to this parent, mouse enter will not fire. Now this time mouse over will fire. So something like mouse enter and mouse leave, whatever may be the parent and whatever may be the children. So inside the parent, if you are existing means, so inside the parent, if you are entering this one means mouse enter and mouse leave will fire. So inside this one, how many times you are there? So it will be a fire only once. So whenever you come out of this parent, exactly out of this parent completely, then this mouse leave will fire and also mouse over also will fire. Okay, so when this mouse over will fire is, so in this parent I moved into the children. Okay, then again this mouse over will fire, mouse out. Why? Because I went from the parent to the child. So when I come back outside from the child to the parent again, now this mouse over will fire again. Why? Because mouse enter will not fire. Why? Because it will fire only one time when you come completely out of the parent and this one. So this is the difference between mouse enter, mouse leave, mouse over and mouse out. So this mouse over and mouse out will fire so many times. Mouse enter and mouse leave will fire only one time only. And hover. Hover is the combination of something like mouse over and mouse out. This hover combination. So these two things you can mention it using the hover thing. So these are the mouse cursor. So little bit of confusing will be there, but something pretty simple only. So when you are inside the child and coming out of the child also, this mouse over and mouse leave will fire. whereas mouse enter and mouse leave will fire only you completely come out of the parent, and when you enter only mouse enter will fire. When you completely out, you mouse leave will fire. So when you roam inside the child or inside the parent, everything, so this will not fire. But these things will fire when you come out of the child and when come out of the parent, and also when you completely come out of the parent also, these two things will fire. That is the thing you need to understand. And you have another thing, events is, so you need to understand the basic thing. So when you are trying to add these event handlers, I am trying to tell you that is the reason. So keyboard events, we are having a keyboard events. Keyboard events means we have something like key down, key press, and key up. Okay. Key down event means when you pressed the key and it is pressed, it's pressed only, it will fire the key down event. After firing the key down event, you press, you kept it pressed like that only. So now you pressed it and you are not releasing that key. You kept it like that only means this key press will go on firing this event. So when you try to, for example, if you try to press S and leave it like this means, so it will go on print the S, right? So now this key press will go on firing that one key press. Key down will fire that once you have downed it. So now once it will fire. When you've done the key up, again it will fire the key up. So that is the thing you need to understand. So key press is nothing but it will go and print that one. Now another one is the form events. These things you already know. Focus, blur, these all things. Resize, scroll. So these are the only major things which you want to remember it. So this is all about the keyboard events. So just try to play around these all events thing. And also these are all the event delegation and how you will be handling this event, and all those things are also very much important. So then only you will understand these event handlers. So these are commonly in the JavaScript and also in the jQuery also, but you need to understand that how we have handled this event delegation thing. So assigning only one event handler instead of attaching multiple event handlers, how I have handled, so to increase the performance. So these things you need to understand it. So when you try to use it LIFNE also, it will work. But next phase comes the refactoring things, so, and the performance things. When you are having so many thousands of event handlings, so like this, if you try to do it, so it will give you some performance issue and the browser will hang. So that is the reason I am trying to explain it. So this is all about this event handling thing. In the next session, we will see how we can do the Ajax calls and all those things in the jQuery. We'll try to see it.